Hey folks, hope you're doing great and good. Alright, so in today's content, I want to share with you based on my experience so far with the business at HEIR Group. Alright, so I've written down some notes here for this content, so I just want to make sure that it's clear and short for you guys to understand and grasp the information as much as you can. So in today's content, I'm going to share with you, if you are in the food business, right? How do you start or how do you validate your product? So validating your product is the first thing that you want to do. Let's say, how do you validate it, right? The first thing would be, do people know your brand? Or do you know a lot of people who would want to buy your brand, right? There's two ways. Either people know your brand or you know people who wants to buy a brand, right? So if you have this if you have this already set up, it'll be easier for you. Now I'm going to share you a quick note on, let's say we will take on a product which is Boba tea. So right, Boba tea, everybody knows it. So let's say if you have to start a Boba tea, does it really require a big space? Does it really require a dining space? Can it be done in a grocery stores, or can it be in a shared kitchen, or can it be established with your own independent location, right? Be a bar, restaurants, or any places that you can operate the business. So I'm going to quickly run these numbers so that you can just have an idea about what we are talking, right? So the contents for today is about what would be the best way to start and validate your product, if it's selling or if it's a good product to start a business, right? So we're going to talk about basically food service product market fit. So in this content, I'm going to share you four points, right? So the first point is going to be the cost of investment. So when you are going to start, let's say Boba tea, what are the ingredients you require? You probably may have the ingredients that you want to kind of give it the best quality. You just don't want to randomly come up with things, right, with the cheaper ones, but come up with the best thing, the best quality. At the same time, if you're running a Boba tea, and you might just want to run as a smoothie as well, right? So you have the smoothie, you have a Boba tea. So your menu is about, let's say, 10 items, right? In this 10 items, how easy is that product to get in the market? Can you get locally, or is it has to be imported or something? So look for now, if you can get the product locally, it is going to be helpful for you in the long run. As you are trying to validate your product at this stage, it is good for you to get your suppliers locally, or get to know somebody who can ship to you in a short time, less than 4 or 5 days, right? And so the cost of investment which is going to require for you, I'm not talking about the franchise business, right? If you are taking a franchise business, you don't have to worry about it. They already have the brand. They already know that who would like their product. So we're not talking about the franchisee brand of Boba tea or anything. Let's say if you have to start your own, and how are you going to validate that product? So right, the investment is going to be, say for example, if you have to start from your own restaurant, probably you may need all the equipment, right? So the basic equipment would be one prep table, hand washing, and all those things. So the basic thing, it's going to cost you no less than 50 to 20,000, right? The whole establishment, minimum to minimum, and then you go up with the renting, license, business, all those things. It's going to cost you about 35 to, let's say, $40,000, right now. But now you don't want to spend that much money at the validating product stage, right? So I would say, build a network with people who go to not a grocery store but any restaurant who will be willing to help you out, or who will be able to collaborate with you. So I would say go to a restaurant who does not have this Boba tea. The only thing what you need is a prep table. You can share their equipment and all those things. Most things that you really need is a juice blender or an ice grinder probably, and your cups for the boba, and the straw, and your ingredients. They're very basic things, right? So max to the max, you just need 4 or 5 that you have to buy, and everything will come less than $500. That's for sure. But the equipment is that costs a lot, and the marketing things you want to do in a separate sections, which we're going to talk about in this content as well. So the cost of investment when you are going to collaborate with or join any restaurants who does not have a bubble tea, right? So you can go to any American or Asian or Middle East restaurant and say, hey, can I start my own bubble tea under their brand, but you specifically create your own brand and try to market as much as using the social media platform. So here's how it's gonna work: is people will not understand what you're trying to say, or how you're trying to collaborate. Just tell them you just need a little space, maybe 2 to 3 foot space, and you will be sharing their storage, and they will pay all the bills and utilities, right? But in exchange, whatever the product that you are selling, you are willing to give at least 30 to 40%, because you just want to validate the product for now, right? So you have to compromise on the margin as well. So you're not looking for a profit, but at the minimum stage of 500, you are looking how can you validate this product, and then if it's worth to double the investment, right? So the first thing is when they agree with you that whatever the product you're going to be preparing it, by the way, right? So let's say you partner with one of the restaurant, and then they give you a space, you start doing the marketing for that product using your brand name with their license. So now, because you're going to be using their property and all those things, you're going to be paying a commissions about like a 30 to 40%. That is the first things I would say, because later on when you learn how your product is demanded in the market, or based on that, you will be able to go more or less with the commission with the restaurant partner that you collaborate with, right? And so the investment is not going to be that much, but then here's the thing, that they have to get you approved for that particular items in your in their menu, because you're going to be adding your product in their menu, right? So that's what they have to do it. It's a little bit expensive to send a new menu for restaurants to the authority or the government, because they have to always update their menu and all those things to the city and the states, and sometimes to the county as well, right? So the cost of investment is what we just discussed about it. The first thing is you want to minimize as much as the cost that you can, because you want to just validate the product. So keep in mind, validating the product, you can start with 500, just discuss with one of the restaurants, say that you want to collaborate with it, and in exchange you're going to give them about like 30 to 40% on the sales commissions on the gross sale, right? And then the second thing is that locations, you might want to figure out what would be the best locations, because there's going to be great locations until and unless, because what we are looking right now is you are about to validate your product, you want to market a product. So easy access for the people is the best things that you want to figure it out right now, right? So there's a lot of restaurants, markets, small markets there are in the urban area or in the kind of a more populated areas. So you want to just talk with those guys and set up your location in one of those places. So easy access and convenience. Drive-through, the best, but I don't think so you're going to get the drive-through. And then if you're looking for a large scale, like a grocery store, probably they might not bring in you because of your capability at that point of time. But then the best is to hit on with the small restaurant or any restaurant that has kind of easy access and does not have the product that you are trying to sell. So the third thing is going to be the marketing part. The marketing is that as soon as you're done with your agreement or the contract or the lease, the term that you sign up with the restaurant partner, start marketing before even you launch the product, right? Start marketing, hit it about like $100, see how it works with your Instagram or Facebook or Twitter or whatever TikToks that you want to use it. Market it as much as you can before even you launch a product, because if you know it that on this particular date your agreement, your license, everything is approved, right? You have the now partner, you know that when you're going to be able to start a business. So the day when you know that you're going to be able to start a business, that's going to be about like, let's say a month or two, but you know it when you're going to be starting. So the day when you know that it's going to be starting, just give much time, more time basically in marketing your product or your brand basically right now, right? So market your brand as much as you can and give the audience, the customers, at least 10 to 15 days to know about you. and hit it as much as you can. So in this product, because you already have the ingredients, you have all the equipments and space and everything, the only budget that you need is to hit on marketing, right? So just if you might want to hire some guys from Fiverr, or if you can do it yourself, that's great. Or if not, then a free resource is always YouTube. You can just see how can you market your brand through a social media platform, right? So the best thing is to invest more on your brand marketing before you start. The longer date you can give it, it's because you're going to be collecting more leads, people will be aware of, and people will have more times to even come and visit your store. And the last one is going to be marketing or scaling. So once you start selling this product for, let's say, a week, 2 to 3 weeks, and at least I would say 1 month, right? So then you know on what date are you selling the product. So I would say DPR, which is a daily production record, is something that you really need to maintain it. And what does it say is in DPR is that as it says a daily production report, you have to mention on Monday how many things that you sold, what are the varieties, what the items that you sold, and also it goes on and on till end of the week. Say if you start on Monday, if you're opening on Sunday, so until Sunday, so you got at least 7 days data. But now here what we are looking for is 1 month data, right? Because we want to validate it. So once you have it, focus on that product, right, for those particular date, whatever is selling, right? And the good thing is that you have now the data, you have now the information to, even if you have to go ahead and expand your business or establish your business. Now if you really can, if you can really come up with great results, the best part is that the next steps is much easier. The first thing is, the first phase of any business is to get hit hard on the marketing, or if not, then you're gonna get hit hard by the business itself, because you have to pay this and that and all. And I don't want you to go through, because that's what we have been going through. But then that's the fact. That's the reasons for why I want to share with you in this content, is just be careful about how you want to run the business, and or how you want to validate the business, or should you start a restaurant business, or how do you even come up with the items or menus that you want to sell to the market. It can be any product. So let's say if it's a meal box, a burger, pizzas, or hot dogs, or anything, whatever the business that you want to do it, go with one specific item for now, and then try to collaborate with some restaurant and bring in the crowd for them, bring in the audience for yourself, exchange your audience, exchange your customer through your marketing platform using social medias and all those things. I think that's the best way for us to kind of cut costs on the operations, as well as on the marketing, as well as on the starting investment on the business. Because at the end, why are we doing this? Because we want to validate, is this product in demand? Is this product required by the people? And if it's so, if it is, then yeah, you should go ahead and expand the business, and I think scale into a different level. But if it's not, then you will be able to know that before you put 10 to 20,000 or 50,000, or even go with any franchise business, then you will know it if your product should be okay for you, or you should jump into that product business or not. Right? I hope this message is kind of very brief to you, but if you'd like to know more about it, like I said, please do share your thoughts in the comment sections. This is what I always do, and I want to support you guys and not to lose your money, right? The only right way to get investment is not by doing it yourself, but having a mentor, somebody who's been there, done that, and going through maybe can help you out. So I have been in the business for I believe about like more than a decade now. So what I can bring it to you is that in terms of a franchise business, in terms of an independent business, and even in terms of a brand building, marketing, I can share you a lot. I do not actually charge people to or do suggest you this content, but at the end, if you are somebody who likes to know more about how to operate or start or expand your business, please do feel free to contact me, or if not, then you can also visit my website at same HEIR.com. Also, I have a training course in there, how to start your virtual kitchen. You can just enroll for that. It's a very cheap one. So, and guys, if you have any questions, like I said, please do feel free, because there is no stupid questions, there is no wrong questions. Every question is a good and a valid questions. Until you do not know your answer, you're gonna be lost. Feel free to ask the questions. Share with me, stay with me. Please do subscribe to the channel, and also share this content to your friends and folks, whoever would be interested to learn more about how to start their business on in a food industry, or any business that they want to start with all their passions. All right, with that, guys, see you in the next video. Cheers.